Holiday snack number 3, we're making Mama Pam's cheese ball today. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today we're making Mama Pam's cheese ball. And the great thing about it is, it's so easy to make. And that's mother-in-law Mama Pam. So, it's just yummo. Grab your pen and paper. Here come the ingredients. You'll need 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese at room temperature, 1 package of dry ranch mix, this is actually 2 cups shredded cheddar cheese, it could be mild or sharp, it's your preference, and 2 to 4 cups of chopped pecans, you'll understand later. Alright, this is super easy. I've got my 2 packages of cream cheese in Big Red here, and you just want to whip it up. Now, prep tips. You want to set that cream cheese out to soften to room temperature. I did 2.5 hours, so there you go. Whip it up. It's that fast. Scrape your sides, of course. Scrape, scrape, scrape. You know how I feel about making things easier for the holidays. Have your paper plate here to put your spatula on, and then you can throw it away. You don't have to clean it up. Alright, that is scraped down. Here is my 1 package of Hidden Valley Ranch mix. I'm just going to stir that in. Then give it a mix. Then, you know this drill. Ooh, that smells so good. Stir in your cheese. Then mix it in. Guess what, kids? You're done. Get a cookie sheet, rinse it off, get a piece of parchment paper, and the water will make the parchment paper stick. Sprinkle some pecans down here on the bottom. In this recipe, it kind of acts like flour. You're done, but you kind of stirred this together. And ta-da! Here is your cheese ball. Now, let's talk about shapes. You can do the traditional ball like this, but that's not always easy to serve. I mean, people are trying to get into it and it could even roll, and nobody wants that. But anyway, you roll this in the pecans because this is a slightly moist and wet mixture. And you're like, wow, I've never seen that before. You know me, I'm on the edge of everything new, except I didn't invent this, my mother-in-law did. If you want to be lazy, and sometimes you do, because it's the holidays, you can stop right there. You can start digging into it right now, but you can be creative and shape this into practically anything. I'm not as creative as my mother-in-law. She can shape it into anything. A Christmas tree, a star, like the numbers of a birthday, like for her 50th birthday, she made a huge one. And there you go. It's just like working with clay. But here's what I like to do, and a lot of people like to do. Kind of make a nice, I guess you'd call it a mound. And then you can always get more nuts and put on it. Why the mound? Because the mound is more stable. And then when people go to get a piece of it and put it on their plate, then it's not going to roll. If you're cutesy and creative, but you want to be cutesy and creative using the easy method, here we go. Get your large Christmas cookie cutters. And you can just smash it out a little bit more. And then here's a star. Now I'm going to be honest with you. It would probably be a good idea to refrigerate your cutouts and then try to unmold them. But here we go. And there you go. Oh, by the way, you know, you can mash more pecans on the sides and do whatever you want to. There you go. There's a star cutout. You could make several small ones like this and put on a platter, and people will be like, wow, look how creative they are. Now, this is what my mother-in-law calls the small recipe. She says to double it for a nice batch. But let's say you want to be super creative, but still super easy. You could double it, triple it, or quadruple it. Take a Christmas mold, like this Christmas tree cake mold. I think a double or triple recipe would be plenty. And I would definitely butter this or spray it, but of course butter tastes better than oil. Then, once it's chilled, you unmold it onto parchment paper or onto your dish, and then you put the pecans all over it. So it's as easy as that. It's time to grab your serving platter, because presentation is everything. Now, there's nothing nicer than a beautiful glass serving platter. But if you don't have one, or you can't afford one because it is the holidays, go to the general dollar store, or whatever we just call the dollar store. Get one of these $1 plastic cut glass looking serving trays, and you're good to go. Now, take your parchment paper, roll it over into your hand, peel it off lightly. Then, take your platter, put it about in the middle, and turn it over. If you want to add more pecans onto it, you can. It's up to you. Next, grab an assortment of crackers. It's time to get creative. One thing that I think is nice is to get the Ritz and make little separations with them. Start off, do a north, south, east, west. Then I say, get some wheat thins. Then I'm going to go for the Triscuits, a great big pile of Triscuits. Last but not least, you get your chicken flavored crackers and make a nice little pile right there. One thing that the assorted crackers does for you is it lends texture and color. You look creative even if you're not. And here you are. Look at that. So, that's how you do it. By the way, you can adapt this recipe to suit your taste. You might want to chop up some green chives and put them in there for a little bit of a bite. You might want to chop up some ham and put it in there. I've seen all kinds of variations. This is just the basic recipe, and you can just whip it up any way you want. If you like this easy recipe for Mama Pam's cheese ball, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experiences with this recipe and what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great... Today we're making a holiday cheese ball. No, we're not. If you like this delicious recipe for Mama Champ... Mama Champ! Ay, ay, ay.